That's all I can say, because I don't want to really give away who that person is, because they're a little bit hesitant on talking about the topic. But I will tell you that indeed they also confirmed to me that that was the case, that Logan was trying to dodge me. And also, I learned this after the trip too. Let's go into that. So after the trip, I learned that Logan was actually telling all of his crew not to talk to me. So, okay, here's the thing. So that first time we went there, obviously, I went and I talked with Logan. And obviously he said, "Oh, we're filming right now. I can't talk with you right now. I gotta go film." So he was like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay." But then I got the chance to meet Lance and Lavelle, and they were really, really nice. They were awesome. And, they were just really chill. And when they found out I came from Michigan, they were like, "Oh my gosh, that's insane. You came all the way down here to see us. That's really incredible. Yeah, we'd love to talk to you." But obviously they were filming, so we had to wait. But that next time, of course, that I saw the rest of the cast and crew was when they were at Chuck E. Cheese's. So when I met them that second time around, I will tell you, there was definitely a mood change in how Lance was acting, how Lavelle was acting. Like, Lavelle was like really, really friendly like that first time I was at his house. And then that second time around, he was like, "Oh, this kid." It was like kind of like that attitude that I got from him. And then the same sort of thing was with Lance. Lance wasn't like, "Oh, this kid," but he's like, "Oh, hi." And it was kind of like a light hi, not like a, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" That sort of attitude. And obviously had nothing to do with like a mood change or anything like that. But I learned after the trip, and I'm just going to straight up tell you guys this, because at this point, I don't care if I burn bridges with the rest of the SML crew at this point. I just want to speak my truth and my side of what exactly happened during that trip. So I found out that Logan apparently told a lot of his cast and crew that if they talk to me, then they're going to get dropped out of his life. So I learned that, and I was like, okay, that's kind of messed up. But is that really that far-fetched? Because, okay, for one, I already got this information from someone who's close to Logan, and I can't say who that is, unfortunately. But obviously, they told me this, and I already know that obviously Logan does this stuff on the daily. He did it with Tito, and he did it with Chili. If someone dares go against his word, then he's going to drop him out of his life. And obviously, with Lance and Lavelle, they work for Logan. So obviously, they aren't going to want to say much because of the fact that obviously they don't want to lose their job working with Logan. So that's why they weren't able to talk. So here's another thing too. A lot of you, I'm not sure if all of you know this, but Lavelle had done an Instagram live stream. Sorry, not Instagram. He did an Instagram live stream and a Twitch stream, but the Twitch stream is where it mainly happened. So that Twitch stream that went down was where he had said that I showed up at Logan's house at, what time did he say? He said like 3 a.m. and I was there for 5 hours. And then, what else did he say? He said I was creeping behind Logan's cars. That's what he said to me. And so he was telling people this, and obviously that never happened. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, is Lavelle just high on weed? And so he doesn't, it's just coming to his mind and he's just making stuff up as he goes along. But then I started to realize, what if Logan told him that sort of stuff in order to basically, try and take away anything that I say as, quote, not truth or whatever, and just try and keep it so obviously his side of the story remains clear. Because another thing too is, if I had done every single interview with the rest of the crew members, you would have seen some misalignments in the story. I'm going to tell you right here. Because of the fact that everyone has their side of the story, and some of those details don't line up. He didn't have time to prepare, because obviously I showed up, and I really didn't give him much of, I didn't give him much of an alert that I was showing up to Pensacola. I just flew down there, and I just showed up. So he didn't have time to construct a story to do for that interview. So is it that far-fetched that he's going to try and hide from me? I don't know. But yeah, that's it. I don't know what much to say. I'm gonna go more in detail, and also I'm just kind of like trying to remember this like from the top of my head, from like the different things. But once I like, if I were to watch the video and right in front of me, I'd be able to tell you all of that sort of stuff, and I'd be able to tell you even the little tidbits. But I'm gonna do a director's commentary stream. We're gonna go over all of that sort of stuff. But I don't know, man. It's honestly insane. I didn't honestly believe a lot of it. Like when I first saw, like that first time that Chili had shown me the whole thing with Logan saying, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna answer the door." I didn't believe her at first, and then she showed me those messages, and I was like, okay, no, this is legit. Because again, she didn't know. Also, another thing too, she didn't know that I went to his house that day. She didn't know, because I really didn't keep her up to date on that sort of stuff. So she had no idea. She came to the dinner. She's like, yeah, he was home. He just didn't open the door. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Yeah, I have a whole lot more to say, but I don't care. It's too much. I'll definitely go over it some more in the director's commentary. I still am a little heated about it. I know it was like 3 months ago, but I'm still heated about the whole thing. And the fact too that Logan thought he would get away with it, and the fact that he thought that I wouldn't find out that that's what he was doing, it's messed up. Okay. Anyways, let's go back to the questions here. Okay. How come you didn't ask Logan why he told Chili he wasn't going to answer the door for you? I didn't ask him because here's the thing. I wasn't sure what would have happened if I had told him exactly what Chili had told me. Because I was thinking, what if he's just like, oh my gosh, how dare you? And he tries to, try and kick me out, because then that would ruin the interview. So I wanted to go into it. You could kind of see, I was trying my best to not, I was still heated. Like when I had did that interview with Logan, I was still heated because I knew exactly the stuff he did. But of course, he didn't know that I knew. So he just thought I didn't know a single thing. So yeah, that's why I didn't ask him that. And yeah. So, what do you mean by checkmate? The reason why I said checkmate in the end of the interview was because I was basically saying I win. I was able to do the interview because he was obviously trying to dodge me the whole time. So we caught him. Obviously, I was unfortunately not able to get to the rest of the cast and crew. If there was one thing that I probably would have changed, it would have been that I probably would have wished I would have gone to the rest of the cast first before I went to Logan, because I feel like if I went to the rest of the cast first, Logan wouldn't have had the chance to tell them not to talk to me. That's what I think, if there's one thing that I could really change about that. But I don't know if it would have changed, because obviously, even if I had interviewed the rest of them, they would have obviously told Logan, hey, this kid interviewed me, and then things would have sparked off. But at least I probably would have been able to get, like, one more crew member. But, I mean, like, I understand why they didn't want to talk to me anymore after Logan told them that. Because of the fact that, obviously, they're scared of losing their job. That is their livelihood. So, if it's between losing their livelihood and talking to me, they're like, you know what? I rather not talk to this kid. And it's just what it is. When did you film the interview? I filmed it back in June. I've said it previously before, but yes, I filmed it back in June. What other thing? Okay. So someone was asking, like, whose side are you on? So see, here's the thing. Like, I'm not necessarily on a side. I really don't want to call it a side. I'm just going to tell you this. Logan is kind of a douchebag. At least for the stuff that he did. He's kind of a douchebag. And as far as I know, I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't think Chili cheated. I don't think so. Because even if you look at the interview. Just take a look at it. And you will see that Logan said, oh, I don't think her and Roy did anything. So that was the guy. Obviously, the person that we thought that Chili cheated on Logan with was Roy. But even Logan said himself, oh, yeah, I don't think they did anything. I wonder, maybe Chili didn't cheat, huh? I don't know. as far as I know, Roy was the only person that was brought up as the quote person that Chili cheated on him with. And so, yeah. I don't know. That's all I have to say. I that's just from my own personal knowledge. I know so much stuff now. It's not even funny. I want to tell you guys a lot of it, and then a lot of it I can't necessarily say without getting some people into trouble. And so for that reason I can't say, but I'll try my best to tell you the majority of it, because I feel like the information should be out there to let you guys know exactly the situation between obviously Logan and really who these people are outside of videos, who Chili is outside of a video, how Tito is, Logan, Lavelle, all of that sort of stuff. Like I said, I did not have a problem with the rest of the crew members, but obviously there was an attitude change with them, obviously because Logan had told them, hey, don't talk to this kid. So, okay, let me go back to the questions again. So, okay, here's another one. Were Chili and Logan nice? Like I said, Chili was nice, Logan was nice, but obviously the stuff he was doing in the background was kind of scummy. That's how it be. That's how it be. Otherwise, he was nice. Like, talking to him in person, he was nice. But obviously, the acts that he committed was not so nice. That's how it is. Okay, let me go on to another question. How do I feel after the interview? I honestly am glad that I got it completed, because this is like one of my biggest projects ever. This is the biggest project I've ever done. So I'm happy that I got it over with, and that I was able to do it, because I made a promise to you guys that I was going to do this interview, and obviously now I finally was able to do it and put it out there for you guys. And so I'm so happy that I was able to do that. And honestly, like I said, I'm still a little heated. I know it's been 3 months, but I'm still heated about the whole Logan thing. And yeah, like I said, there's some more things that I'm just forgetting, because like I haven't watched the video in quite a while. Like, I've edited it, and then, you know, I've kind of like put it aside, sort of. So some things aren't coming to mind, but once I like rewatch that video, I'll probably get some refresh. And also I'll probably look back at like some of the old footage, because there's some footage that I necessarily didn't use. Oh, and speaking of which, so if you do believe that I was at Logan's house at 5 a.m., why don't we go and take a look at my computer, and let's take a look at my camera files, because if we look at my camera files, it's really strange. My camera files say that I was never there at 5 a.m. at any given point in time. So if Lavelle ever wants to bring that up, saying that I was there at 3 a.m. or whatever, or was there for 5 hours, I can go bring up my camera footage, and that camera footage has the dates and the times and everything. So if you want me to go through that, then I will. But, yeah. Let's see. So, okay, here's another one. Why do you think Logan didn't open the door for you? I'll tell you why. It's straight up because he was trying to hide from me, and he thought that he could dodge me before I left. Because he obviously isn't telling the truth on a lot of the stuff, and I know this for certain. Once again, I'm going to tell you right now, the source that I'm telling you about that told me a lot of this stuff is very, very close to Logan. I can't say who it is, but I'll tell you it's very, very close. And I would say even genetically close to Logan. That's all I'll say. I can't say directly, though. But genetically close to Logan. And even they have said that that is what Logan was doing. He was just hiding from me because he was afraid of the truth getting out there for everyone to see. And I guess, you know what? I guess I'll tell you guys. So obviously I'm not lying here either. Once again, Logan is indeed, or I guess did indeed, cheat on Chili with Adriana. I'm telling you that right now. No cap. No cap. Indeed, that's what they did. In fact, actually, Faith added that in. During that interview with Logan, you saw that I kind of brought up, like, the dates on Facebook of, like, you know, like, when all of this went down, like, when he, quote, started dating Adriana. He said February 14th, which was Valentine's Day, but not on his Facebook page, because his Facebook page said, what, was it October 13th? And it's not like you can't even say that he made a mistake, like, oh, he accidentally got one number off. And the fact that obviously those dates were on there for like a decent amount of time until people called him out on it, and then he changed it to a different date, that's a little suspicious, don't you think? It's just a wee bit suspicious. Just a wee bit. Let's see. Why didn't you ask the whole thing with if he had a thing with Elena? I didn't want to go into that. Again, there was also, here's the thing too. If you guys look at the interview, you can kind of see it, and a lot of interviews too, you can kind of, I'm not sure if you can really see it through video, but you kind of can. There's energy there when you're interviewing someone. So there's an energy there that you can kind of sort of sense in a way. And so basically when I was with Logan, I got the energy that he did not want to talk too much. He didn't want to speak too much on a lot of different things, obviously because he knew he was in the wrong. So he didn't want to say too much. And obviously, too, Chili told me this as well. So obviously her and Logan were still talking at that time. I don't know if they still are. Maybe they've sort of separated a little bit more than they were before. But they were still talking at that time, and they were still pretty good friends. Because the thing you got to realize, guys, too, is the fact that even though you've broken up with a person, you still have some sort of ties to them, at least for Logan specifically, Logan and Chili specifically, because of the fact that they have been in a relationship, like 7-8 years, which is a pretty long time. So to suddenly just, sort of drop it. I mean, if you were in a relationship for that long, do you think you would just drop it and just like completely drop that person out of your life? I don't think so. Me personally, I wouldn't. So they still obviously communicated, and so I know that Logan was doing a lot of this stuff. Yeah. I'm venting, and at the same time, I'm trying my best to answer as many questions as I can. Okay, here's a good one. Have you stayed in touch with any of the SML crew and or any of the Jimenez? Okay, so I released the trailer for the interviews, and I hadn't really spoken to the rest of the Jimenez family since then. I had spoken to Chili's mom a couple of times. I spoke to her, I think it was like the day, like 2 or 3 days after the trip. I spoke to her briefly, and then after that, I didn't really get to speak to the rest of the family all that much. I spoke to Chili's mom and also Tito. It's been 2 to 3 weeks ago, something like that. But Tito had just moved into his house. I was congratulating him, and he's like, "Thanks, man." And also, Mrs. Jimenez was also trying to hopefully try and get me into like the open house to, like have a housewarming party of sorts. So yes, I have been in touch with the Jimenez sort of, but it's really not that much. I haven't spoke to them that much. But let's talk about Logan. So that's an interesting one. So the initial official trailer of SML Drama The Interviews had dropped on YouTube, and obviously a lot of people saw it, and obviously Logan and I'm pretty sure Chili, Tito, and the rest of them saw it. So I end up getting a DM on Instagram from Logan. So Logan's like, "Hey man, how's it going? I have a quick question." So I'm like, oh no, what is this going to lead to? This is either going to be, "Hey man, you've messed up, you better delete your video," or it's going to be something along the lines of like, "Oh, I actually had a bit in the video that I wanted you to cut out," or something like that. I don't know. So I was like, okay, yeah, what's up? He says to me, he's like, "Oh, I didn't know that you interviewed Chili and Tito. Did they say bad stuff about me? Because I would really like to back myself up and defend myself." And so he tells me this, and I'm like, okay, I mean, they said things. Obviously, they said their side of the story. That's all I can really say to you, though. And he's like, okay. He's like, "Do you think I could, like, possibly, like, pre-screen the interview so I could see, like, exactly what they said?" I'm like, well, that wouldn't be fair, would it? See, because, like, if I were to do that, that would basically be the same equivalent of me letting Chili pre-screen your interview to see what you have to say. So, no, I'm not going to do that. So I told him, I said, yes, you can watch the interview, but you got to watch it whenever it comes out, which at that point, wasn't that much time. So he obviously a call there, but he's like, oh, okay. And so after that, I never got a response back. I never got a message. He didn't say anything to me after that. He basically left me on red. So yeah, I never got a response back, but according to him, he wanted to basically do a second interview. Now, like, even if I were to have done that second interview, I would have had it outside of the series, because to put that in the series, like, at the last minute wouldn't make much sense. But I don't know what much he would have to say. I don't know if he would have lied, or if he would have told the truth, or what. But obviously, he knew himself, like, while I was down there, that he was being really light on his answers. Like, you obviously saw, I'd ask him questions, and he'd give me this light response. Like, yeah, and that's it. You wouldn't give me much more than that. Chili went in depth. She went into everything. And obviously, she wasn't holding back, because obviously most of the stuff she said was the truth. Logan, on the other hand, he was going light on it. He's basically like some salad. You got some ranch. He's just kind of like drizzling some on the salad. Like, Logan, you put some more on the salad. You just go and put like a little droplet or something. But yeah, that's the energy that I was getting from his interviews, because I was having a very, very hard time trying to get him to answer the questions. The energy he was giving off was, I don't want to speak to you, because obviously he has something to hide. You can also, this is another thing I learned while I was down there. So while I was with the Jimenez family, they told me this, that Logan has this tendency to do this in his hair whenever he's lying. So if you look back at the interview, if you ever see Logan do this, that's a guaranteed he's lying. Also, you can also look at his body language too. This is just general psychology. You can see he's kind of like scrunched up almost, kind of like, I can't really put it. Wait, let me see if I can put my phone down and show you kind of like this. He's kind of like this formation. Obviously that's like, I don't really want to speak. I don't really want to talk. So that sort of formation. So you can just tell by his body language and also that hair thing if he's lying or not. So go back in the interview and rewatch it and see if Logan does this. If he ever does that, that's a guaranteed lie right there. Yeah, okay. Are you mad at Logan? I kind of am. I honestly thought, like I said, even if you look back at my other videos, my older videos where I was going into this drama very, very in depth, and I was constantly giving you guys updates, I didn't have anything against Logan. I honestly didn't. I was really unbiased, I would say, because I wasn't sure what the story was. But obviously now, going and doing the interviews and getting some information from all of the sides of the story, I'm realizing now that indeed Logan lied about a lot of stuff. I'm sure that there's maybe like little tidbits here and there that he didn't lie about, but the majority of it was a lie. He definitely did cheat on Chili with Adriana. That's what I'll say. But one thing I'll say in terms of like some good, kind words like I can say about Logan, like I said, when I met him in person, if you were to like completely forget about the stuff he did behind the scenes, he was a cool guy. He was nice. But knowing the stuff that he did in the background, the crap he was trying to pull, kind of makes him a bad person, I would say. And then also another thing too is that, I would say that I've heard from some people too that Logan wasn't always this way. He wasn't always doing stuff like this. He wasn't being this kind of like egotistical, I guess is the best word to describe it. I don't know if that's the right word, but he wasn't always like this. Apparently he was much better in earlier days on YouTube and stuff like that. And so I'm sure that he was great at some point, but over time with this whole YouTube thing, I think it sort of went to his head. And so he thinks that he can get away with anything and everything. And so because a lot of his fans are young. Not gonna lie to you, a lot of his fans are young and they're naive and they don't understand that even though there's facts there that are very, very valid, they'll just excuse them and say, oh, Logan, you are the greatest person of all time. But that's not the case. It's not the case at all. I I like I said, so I am kind of mad about it, because like I said, he tried to play with me, but he also tried to play with you guys too, in a sense, because of the fact that obviously he was out here dodging me. I had gotten the money that you guys had given me to go down to Pensacola, and he's over here playing games. He knew I came all the way from Michigan to Pensacola, Florida, all the way from the top of the United States to the bottom of the United States, and he's over here playing games with me and doing all this crap. That's what really just makes me mad. But honestly, I would really like an apology. And also, here's another thing too. While Logan's doing, like, obviously, he lied about the whole chili thing. He clearly lied about that stuff, because obviously he even said it himself. I think he basically caught himself in his own lie, because he said that Chili didn't cheat on him with Roy. So once again, he basically caught himself in his own net of lies, because he couldn't keep up with the lies he was coming up with. But yeah, like I said, he is hurting people as he goes along. He's obviously hurting Chili and hurting her career, and also just hurting a bunch of different people that honestly didn't do anything wrong, but just so he can be seen as the good guy, he's willing to do that. And also to keep his YouTube career going, he's willing to drop people out of his life and basically shoot them in the foot just so he can survive. And that's really a terrible way of going about things, and it's really messed up. I really wish he would apologize to not only Chili and Tito, but to also, I've also heard this too, his mom has been in some rocky situations with Logan. Actually, let's talk about that. I did speak with Logan's mom while I was down there. We just didn't end up doing an interview, and I obviously know why now, because clearly he was telling people that were close to him, hey, don't talk to this kid. So I know that now, but you know, he's just hurting so many people. He's hurt his own mom. And it's just messed up. It's messed up. That's all I'll say. And I don't care if I get an apology or not. It doesn't matter to me at this point. I'd like an apology, but I'm sure he won't give one, because knowing how he is as a person, he's probably not going to. He's probably going to... You know what he's going to do? And this is another thing, too, that I'm wondering. I haven't necessarily figured this one out for certain, but I guarantee you, I'm going to say there's an 80% chance anything Lavelle says is because Logan told him to say that. I don't know for certain, though. It may be that Lavelle smoking the weed has part of it to do with it, but there's also a chance that Logan is the one telling Lavelle to say those things. So I won't be surprised here if you guys go from this live chat to, like Lavelle's streams and start saying stuff. Like, if you guys start saying stuff, I'm sure he's going to come up with some sort of lie to either try and bash me or say that I'm a liar or something like that, even though he knows gosh dang well that it's the truth, and he knows the crap he's trying to pull. Yeah, I know. I'm basically just ranting at this point, but it just makes me mad a little bit. It just makes me mad. Let me look down at these questions here. Oh, someone said this, and I honestly agree. I lost my respect for Logan. I thought he was a good guy. Me too. Like I said, I honestly thought he was a good guy. Also, let's flash back to 2 years ago. As many of you know, I met Logan 2 years ago down in Pensacola, and honestly, he was an awesome guy. I thought he was genuinely really nice. He was very friendly about obviously showing up to his house and meeting him for the first time. He was so nice about that. And so that's the Logan that I knew. But obviously, I didn't know the real Logan. I just with that brief interaction, that wasn't enough for me to know the real Logan. And now that I've kind of know the real Logan and who Logan actually is as a person, now I know that he's not that great of a guy. I'm hoping that he'll change, and I'm praying for him, man. I'm hoping that he will change as a person, and that he doesn't continue on with this, because he's hurting so many people in the process while he's just trying to get away with this sort of stuff. And it's really messed up. I just hope that he changes in the near future. He definitely needs to get some help. That's all I'll say. Let's see, what other ones do we have? I'm trying to see. There's a lot of them. I kind of answered some of these questions. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to find some good questions here. Oh, you know what? Maybe we should bring Faith in here. Is she still in here? Obviously Faith helped me edit this, so let me see if I can add her in. She knows a lot about this stuff too, because obviously Faith and I have basically been together doing this whole project. She was there from the beginning, ever since I booked that initial flight. We obviously were talking, and I was updating her on my experience. There were times where I was literally I guess not live streaming, but like video chatting her while I was doing a lot of this stuff. So she knows a lot about this stuff. So I'll add her in here, so she can speak some too. Hopefully, let's see if she's in. Hello, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. So this is the vent stream.
I heard. I was listening the whole entire time.
Yeah, I know. So is there anything you'd like to say? I don't know if you have anything to say.
I went live a little bit, and I said some stuff about my opinion on the whole Lavelle thing, because that really made me upset, because the fact that he was telling everybody, I don't know how many people were watching, because I don't go on Twitch like that. But
yeah, I think it's only it was a small group of people. I remember that for certain.
My cousin was trying to call me.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I was trying to say was, before I got interrupted, I just thought it was just completely crazy how he would just be like, yeah, this little black kid over here coming to Logan's house at 5 a.m. or 3 a.m., whatever time he said in the morning, with his grandma. I'm like, first of all, don't disrespect his mother.
That's another thing too.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I forgot to tell you guys that. So Lavelle said that I showed up at Logan's house at 3 a.m. with my grandma, and that's not my grandma, that's my mom.
I'm like, don't.
You calling my mom? You calling my mom old? You calling my mom straight up old? Dang.
I'm speaking of your mother, so I'm just like, I don't know why would he even say that, and that really got me a little bit mad. And I don't remember the rest because I didn't watch it. You told me this yourself, and I think I saw it on the SML Drama page too. It was like a pinpoint of everything. I know he said something about how you stopped there like 5 times, which wasn't true either.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we were on the phone. It was you, me, and also Brandy too. She was in the group chat with us, and we were basically with you. We weren't there physically, but we were there spiritually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And yeah, you showed up there like what, 3 times, and then that was it.
Yeah, 3 times basically. Because obviously the first time, I went there. He's like, come back at 7. So obviously I came back at 7. Wasn't there. Came back. Was it the next day, like around noon? He was there, but obviously didn't answer the door, and then went back to the hotel, and then obviously I got the update, and then caught him at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy. I was like, I thought that was completely funny. The fact that you got a fan or message or whatever it was, and they were over talking about how, like you saw the picture or whatever happened, and that was so crazy how you were able to catch him in time.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, like I probably wouldn't have been able to interview him if we hadn't caught him at Chuck E. Cheese.
I know, yeah, that was even crazy, because you guys probably would have been gone by now. You guys wouldn't get the interview.
Exactly.
And the funny thing is, when I was editing Logan's interview, like the pictures and stuff, I thought it was so funny when he said, "Oh, we got together on Valentine's Day."
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Clearly, obviously, he changed it. Did he change it later on? I know that he had it on October 13th for a good while. It was like at least like a week or something like that. Him
and Adri, whatever her name. I'm sorry. I forgot. Yeah, whatever. Sorry. I'm sorry, but yeah, they both had it on the same day. And the next, when I went back and I wanted to get like some more screenshots of like whatever, it said March 3rd. Too as well.
Yeah.
You look at it. If you look, I'm not trying to tell everybody to go on his Facebook and stalk him or anything. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But if you do go on it now, it would say in relationship March 3rd. And I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
What?
You said Valentine's Day. Wait a second.
Like, what?
In dates.
I'm like, the only people I know who got together was Chili and Mark. That's all I know. I didn't see anything about you. Oh, somebody also told me this too. Somebody also told me about the whole October thing. If you go on Adriana's vlog, I think, I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it was the COVID one or whatever it was. She mentioned something about antibiotics, and then he said got him in October or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
As well, and I thought that was so funny. And I'm like,
she's like, I think you had it in October. I'm like, wait, you didn't know her in October. How's that possible? I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah. And also, I'm not sure if you guys saw this too, but if you look at, I'm not sure if I should have been in the video, but you can see that Logan and Adriana were at the Super Bowl together. It's a blurry picture, just like Chili's picture with Mark. Sorry, not with Mark, with Roy. But clearly he was there at the Super Bowl with Adriana. You can tell based on the hair and everything. So if Lavelle wants to talk about like the blurry picture, then I'll talk about the blurry picture, obviously, with him and Adriana.
Honestly, speaking of like the whole Adriana thing, you could thank Chili for her posting the video about the whole relationship tab, because I completely forgot about it and posted it on Twitter. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's true. I forgot all about that. Yeah. And I went on in again to get screenshots and all that stuff, and I saved it in case I needed to talk about it or whatever. Yeah, there was some I don't remember what else I was going to say. I mean, it sucked that, you know, you didn't get a chance to speak to like, everybody, because now I didn't know. I'm just now finding out about you talking about how, oh, he's over here telling everybody don't talk to you and like a bunch of other stupid stuff I don't even know. And I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Like, exactly. What? I was like, I'm like, it's so messed up, because he knows that he's obviously lied, and he knows that if I were to actually go and to interview each individual one of them, if you were to try and quote line up the pieces, it clearly wouldn't line up. That's what he was afraid of. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's why he was trying to rush me out the house, because I didn't know. He was like, oh, I got to go back to filming. I'm like, this is my last day here. And he's like, oh, I got to go back to filming. Obviously, he's trying to rush me out the house because he didn't want me to dare talk to anyone else. I know. That was interesting. What if I had just basically said to him, no, forget you filming. I'm here for one last day. Let me talk to the rest of them. I wonder what that would have entailed. I guess it probably would have been the same no response thing that Logan did, basically.
Definitely. I think so. Yeah, I feel like you said before, if any of them would have talked to you, then they would have got cut out, just like what you said with Tito and Chili. And then also, now I think about it, when I did my series with Kayla, I guess that kind of would make sense about when she did her thing with Monica, and then, you know, he kind of did basically cut her off, even though she tried to apologize. Did you mention about the flash drive thing?
Oh, no, I didn't mention that in the video. Okay,
I didn't know. Yeah. Should I mention that? I don't even know.
I guess we'll keep that one. We'll keep that one to ourselves, I guess. Because I don't know if she's okay with me telling that. I don't know.
Okay, then. I didn't know. I was like, okay, because I was like, bro, because based on what you told me and what I found out, I was really like upset, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, at the end, spoilers for my ending for the series. Like, this girl poured her heart out, in my opinion, saying that she felt bad for everything, that she was sorry about what she said and everything else. I believe, I can't remember, because we did the series like back in May, I think. I don't know, but still, like, I'm like, come on, man. Like,
exactly. It's just we obviously learned who Logan is as a person outside of videos. And I remember it was Kayla said that he was different before. Yeah, he wasn't always like this. It's just in recent years, obviously, he thinks that he can get away with anything and everything, because his fans will basically just take anything he says or anything Lavelle says as gospel truth and won't look at the bigger picture, even though there's clear evidence behind a lot of that stuff.
Don't put Lavelle and gospel together. That's like putting it in the Bible.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh I bet that I feel like he might wind up saying something about you in the video. He might say something about me. I feel
I'm
like.
sure, I'm sure he'll say something. I won't be surprised.
Oh,
Like anyone who's watching this right now and obviously knows this. I'm obviously gonna do the live stream over on YouTube, like the director's commentary. But anyone who's seen this stream, if they go on like Lavelle, if Lavelle's live streaming and they go on, they say this sort of stuff. Of course, he's probably gonna say something. I'm sure he will and try and quote debunk everything that I have to say.
yeah.
Yep.
I was like, dang, he could at least talk to you first. Oh,
Yep.
did you wait? Did you mention about how he wanted you to pay him to do the
Oh
interview?
yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, he says to me, he's like, if you want to interview me, because I was actually at that live stream, and I was like, well, you didn't let me interview you. He's like, well, if you want to interview me, you gotta pay me $5,000. I'm like, yeah, let me just go real quick and get the $5,000 that I clearly have and give it to you so you can defend. No, listen here, you're supposed to be defending your own friend. Yeah, let me pay you $5,000 to defend the person that you quote like and is your best friend in the entire world.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Oh my God. I didn't understand that. I'm like, that's not the first time I heard. I heard he did it to somebody else too, because somebody had also said to him that they were going to interview Lavelle, but he wanted them to pay him too. I don't remember who it was. I think it was a number. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it because I don't remember. But it was like years ago and all that.
Okay. Yeah, Lavelle's also just trying to get as much money as he can. Obviously, he works for Logan, and Logan pays him really good. I'll tell you that.
I bet.
Yep. And so Lavelle will try and get money as much as he can. Obviously, he does drugs, the weed, and I'm sure he does a bunch of other stuff. I don't even want to know what other stuff he does.
I don't even. Hey, whatever he puts in his mouth is not my business.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and so obviously he's gonna say anything for money. I'm sure. And I'm trying to remember who it was who said it, but someone had claimed that Logan had paid him money just to not speak. Like he paid him was it like $10,000 just to not speak on the whole Chili thing?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who it was though. I just remember someone had sent it to me. I don't remember who it was. I won't say it's for certain, but I remember someone said it. And the whole Jason Derulo thing, that one, I think people have said he paid Jason Derulo $800,000 to do that one.
Oh my God, that's worse than the Tom Brady thing. No, it's not Tom Brady. That Tom Brady thing was worse. Oof.
Yeah, Tom Brady thing. It was for a good cause, but you know exactly why he did it. He did it just so he could meet Tom Brady. He's already met Tom Brady like four or five times now.
Probably more than that, for all I know.
Exactly.
That's funny, bruh. Like, wait, wasn't it only for a day?
Yeah, it was like a dinner or something like that.
Oh my God, that's such a waste of money. Oh
yeah. Apparently, it was going for a good cause, but you know full well that it was just because Logan wanted to meet and talk with Tom Brady again.
Shoot! Oh my God, you could pay me $800,000. You know what I could do with $800,000? Shoot!
I know like I said, he's making bank. I don't doubt that. Obviously, he gets like 1 million views per video, and that's pretty good money. That's pretty good money right there.
Shoot! Would you give me like $800,000? Oh my God, bro!
Yeah.
I could pay off college debts and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. The way Logan spends his money is like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. He just basically burns it really fast. He obviously buys like a new car almost every other week. Like that one, what was it? That 1 month? Which month was it? Was it in the month of June or in the month of March where he bought the Camaro and the Corvette, and then he bought something else at the same exact time? It was just like a whole line of different vehicles.
Oh my God.
And now he's installing a pool soon, which I don't even want to think about how much he's going to spend on that.
I thought he already had a pool.
No, he has like a lake in the back of his house, but now he's getting a pool.
Oh.
And the pool is apparently, I'm trying to remember, I think it was Drama SML who told me about it, but apparently he's paying like a pretty good sum of money just to install that pool. It's not like your average, backyard pool.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. But we'll see what that looks like. If it's a nice looking pool, I'm sure he paid a pretty penny for it.
Oof, I bet he did. Yeah. But the manager probably has something to do with whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Based on what I've been.
You know, it's funny. I was just thinking about this, but or at least I never had any experience with Wendy. in
Yeah.
terms of like that. If anyone who was an issue is because you remember we were thinking like upon me going down there is
Yeah.
that Wendy would be the one to tell Logan not to talk.
True.
Yeah, but it was the opposite. It's Logan telling the rest of the crew not to talk.
Yeah, Kayla was the one that was like telling you that. Sorry if you can hear like the phone ringing. I'm at my grandma's house right now, and like
Okay.
phones be buzzing like 24/7 up in her house. Like not even a joke. And I think she's taking a nap, and I'm not answering it because I don't know who these people are. So it could be a scam. So I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see if I get blocked here too.
Oh,
We'll see if
who?
I get blocked by Logan or if I get blocked by Lavelle or any of them.
They might
I
want
don't know.
me. I don't even follow none of them.
I don't think, I'm not sure. I maybe you'll get blocked. I don't think you will because I don't think they have an issue with you. They probably have an issue with me though.
I mean, I helped with the clips. That's about it. That's only I mean, it's not my fault that you had it out there.
Yeah, I remember you already had said you honestly don't watch SML that much anymore.
I don't watch it, period.
Yeah, exactly. So
now I sound like Brandy was
oh my goodness.
feeling any more better. Brandy would probably complain about how she does not watch it.
But Brandy never watched it to begin with. She was just like interested in like their lives, right?
She was just so interested because it basically felt like a soap opera. I know we were being
exactly
about every day, which was wrong, but at the same time, if it's out there, then we're gonna be talking about it. I mean, yeah, and it wasn't intentional, but it was just so funny because almost every day we kept hearing new stuff about everyone. We kept hearing new stuff about Chili. We kept hearing new stuff about Logan. We kept hearing stuff about from Lavelle about whatever, but majority lies. So
exactly.
Yeah, and. One thing I will admit regarding my series with Kayla, though, I will admit that I kind of wish I asked Kayla more questions, not like leaning towards Chili so much because a lot of people are like, because it was kind of aiming towards Chili, even though that wasn't the intentions. It was just supposed to be about Kayla, but that kind of like backfired, sort of. A little bit because some people did take it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that wasn't. I mean, hey, I mean. There's nothing I can do now. It's already out there. People still want to check it out. Go ahead, but just watch it carefully. Don't like be too harsh about it. Like seriously, like,
exactly.
Y'all need to come.
Yep, exactly. And this is another thing too. I kind of forgot to mention this earlier in like the stream. I still like Logan's content. I still enjoy watching his content, but knowing who Logan is as a person, it's messed up, and so I don't necessarily support Logan as a person anymore. I still like his videos though. That's me. Faith, you said that you don't necessarily like his content at all, but
no, I mean, okay. Okay, I don't watch it anymore because I can't support somebody who hurt people that I care about. Because I care about you. You're like literally a baby brother to me, and and I care about Kayla, and still. And because of the stuff that she said in the series, that hurt me. And it made me feel really upset because she was talking about how Logan wanted to do this with me. Logan wanted to do that with me. Logan over here sending me songs about how much he loves me or whatever. Like, she said that. And I put that in the series. And it really made me upset right after. And I was really hurt. And then when you told me that he was over here dodging you and talking about how, talking to Chili, hey, I'm going to ignore him because I don't want to talk to him. And I'm like, that just shows what type of person he is. Even the who spoke to me a while ago in the series was talking about how he's a snake.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay, I see Jacob Miller here. He said, bro, shut up, CDusk. Shut up, CDusk. Logan is nice. Well, I'm not sure if you're aware, but were you there? No, you were not.
I mean, look,
I don't know. I don't know what it will take. Because I've already shown like a lot of different stuff. I'm gonna show more, like I said, once I do the director's commentary. But I'd love to show you the rest of it. Because there's some stuff I'm holding back on because of the fact that I don't want to possibly ruin relationships between other people.
I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to tell anybody to stop watching his stuff because that's not my place to say, don't and stuff anymore because he's a terrible person. I'm not saying that at all. I don't want. Like,
just be aware of who Logan is as a person outside of videos. That's all I have to say.
Like, in my opinion, people are different on camera versus that they are off camera. So based on how he is on camera, he might seem cool. Yeah, we'll tell a bunch of dirty jokes, whatever. But I guess
Yeah.
on camera, okay. But then off camera, I
Yeah.
don't like.
Yeah. His morals are messed up outside of videos in terms of his moral values, I would say.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, because especially some of the other stuff that I was hearing about other personal things I can't really get into, but you kind of were already aware about it.
Yeah.
I'm more upset because Kayla was telling me about something. Was she telling me things? I don't know. I don't think it was her. Maybe it was somebody else was telling me stuff. But like I said, I get new stuff every day by random people that
Yeah.
talk to random other people that either talk to Logan or knew Logan or whatever. They tell me some things too that I probably shouldn't know about, but I do anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I ain't gonna bust out and say it's because,
Yeah.
well, one,
Yeah.
sometimes I forget, and then other times I'm like, oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. I like I said, we obviously talk privately, but we obviously know that one huge thing in regards to a person close to Logan.
Right.
I guess all we'll say.
Yeah.
That honestly, as what I guess is they've sort of said that they're done with this stuff in a sense, but it's just trying to come out of that shell. I think is the main issue, because they are afraid of losing Logan, which I understand completely.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all I'll say.
I mean, I'm just saying to myself, like, okay, um, one thing I'm just so curious about is that I know that there's just some things that people are scared to do, but at the same time, I'm saying to myself, like, this dude is 25 years old, and if he can't like handle his own problems, I'm like, bruh, you need to like chill out, grow up a little bit, and just realize the truth, or just I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to say this in better words. I can't even think of a better word to say this. I'm not really the best at talking about stuff like this.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to really make sense without making it seem like I'm being offensive. I might need some help with this because I can't think of
Oh.
anything. Like, what I'm trying to say is that if you say something, like you say your own opinion about somebody and they cut you out of their life, then that's their loss, really.
Yeah.
And I know if you guys were like close or whatever, I mean, it happens, yeah, but at the same time, it's like if they're gonna cut you out of their life because of something that you said, because even if you mentioned to them that you were going to do something like this, or you just felt like it was time to finally speak up about how you feel about this particular person,
Yeah.
and if they try to talk to you about it in person and you just completely ignored them, then you know what? Then you're not the type of person who's like, you're not worth my time, really. You're not,
Yeah.
you're just, I'm gonna just have to let you go. Like,
Yeah.
you're just not worth it. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
because like,
We were kind of talking about this too. Is like Logan basically, in a sense, is a puppet master because
yeah,
he basically has a lot of his cast and crew wrapped around his fingers. That is their livelihood. That is what they do for a living. They wouldn't necessarily be able to survive without him. And so, because Logan basically brings financial support to them, bringing money to the table for them, it's hard to kind of break free from them. And I'm sure, like Lance knows the truth. Lavelle, I don't know if he'd be easy enough to like actually spill the truth, but out of everyone, I would say Lance would be the one who knows the truth and knows exactly what's going on. And I wish he would say the truth too, but I don't know if he ever will. I'm sure that there'll be a day where there's some fallout between the cast and crew, and I'm sure that a lot of this stuff might be spilled, and then people will finally, because a lot of people, I feel like they like to say that anyone who is telling the truth is lying. Like Chili obviously got thrown off to the side as quote lies because she dated Logan and Logan called her a gold digger. So for that reason, anything she has to say is invalid. Um, I want to say I'm hoping that I'm not a person that you guys throw off and say I'm invalid. I'm literally just telling you guys exactly my experience and the truth. And obviously, I tried my best to hold off. If you guys have been keeping up with me and all of this, I've tried my best not to really go all in on exactly what went down, because I didn't want to I didn't really want to be biased necessarily. I just wanted to give you guys the straight facts and the truth. And that's just how it is.
Yeah, when it came to me, when I did those stupid drama videos, I deleted all of them because, one, I got tired of the drama. It wasn't going anywhere. I didn't think anybody was being honest anymore. And I didn't want people to honestly believe that I'm the type of person to just be in everybody's business, which I'm not. And if I cared, I would have kept all those videos. I didn't. And another thing is also, I had something else to say. I'm mad. I kind of lost my train of thought. I'm still not really picking sides with anybody because I know I said both of them had cheated on each other, but apparently I think the only thing that happened was that Logan had a thing with Adriana, so he basically cheated on Chili, and Chili didn't cheat on Logan, she just cheated on Mark.
Yeah, exactly.
I give her props for admitting that. I laughed my butt off so hard. I'm like, you don't really admit it. I'm like, what? I never thought she would. I really didn't think she would, and I'm not gonna say I'm proud of her, but because I'm not. Why would I be proud for somebody who's cheating? But
but cheating is messed up. Obviously, she cheated. What is it? She cheated on Mark with Logan.
That's funny. I thought that was so. It's not funny to Mark, but I just thought it was crazy how a lot of Logan's fans are saying she's a gold digger. Because which I still don't understand how she's a gold digger, but okay. I don't get it still. I'm still trying to figure that out. I don't know what happened. Maybe I missed a video or two. I don't know. But I thought it was like so crazy how everybody kept saying that Chili cheated on Logan with whoever, and the next you know, she admits it. She said it multiple times that she didn't.
Yeah.
And I took her word for it when she said that her and Rory were friends, because I DM'd her a while ago about that.
Oh, Faith, I think you might be dropping out soon because of like the timer.
The what? Oh, really?
It's like the timer, yeah. Wait, let me